I'm a bit scruffy today, and I'm a bit like my hair needs cutting. I need to dye my hair. So in England, the UK has gone overcast, a bit rainy, but at the moment it's not raining. So I've got an hour gap, an hour. So what I was hoping was do a quick walk now. Hi Tony. I've got an hour gap. So what I thought I would do is, well, first of all, I just had a cheese omelette and some lamb. I cooked the omelette in lamb fat. I always use the fat off my meat to cook anything, eggs, omelettes, anything really. I save my fat out of my meat. So I've just eaten that, so I'm a bit full. It's the only thing I've eaten since yesterday. I ate yesterday at around 6:30. So I've had about an 18-hour fast, which is good. Obviously, you guys know that I'm on carnivore keto. I did have 2 tangerines yesterday. Most days I will have a tangerine, which means I won't lose any weight. You're not going to get a perfectly flat tummy if you are still eating fruit. It's not going to happen. That's one thing I've learned. When I don't eat fruit, my tummy gets flatter. So anyway, that's what I was saying. So I've got enough time for 2 walks. I wanted to do one now quickly on defending Elvis Presley, and I wanted to do one quick one on keto. I'm on the second 24-hour fast. Wow, you must be looking great, Tony. Have you weighed yourself at all? You know, are we past 30 pounds yet, Tony? 30 pounds of weight loss? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It's cold. It's cold and windy. So my hair is starting to get a bit longer. What I tend to do... Oh my God, it's cold. I need to do my jacket up. Let me do my jacket up, it's too cold. Hi, Teresa. Right, let's do my backup jacket up. Let's just sit this here. Okay, we need to do the jacket up because it's bloody cold. Woo! Now, it's not going to warm my head up or my ears, but it'll warm my body up a bit. So my hair, when it starts, the grey hair starts coming through too much, and it gets a bit fluffy looking, I get it cut and then I dye it all in one go, which stays pretty black, pretty tidy looking for about 2 weeks. So it's the second day fast of the 48 hours each. Have you lost, Tony, where are you on the weight loss? Have you lost 30 pounds? You must be getting close to 30 pounds now. Woo! Now I'm 11 stone, what am I, 11 stone 5. I've sort of stayed at that for weeks now. I did try to get myself down to 11 stone. Do you remember that? I went on a mission and I did lose weight, but I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't like eating once a day. You're getting there. Well done, Tony. I didn't like eating once a day. I just didn't like it. I don't know why. Well, for a start, even when I did do it, I didn't lose any weight. Not really. So basically, thanks, mate. I could still lose a few more pounds off my tummy, but I reckon I'm all right. But don't forget, I exercise, don't I? And I run, so that helps. I reckon I'm going to have to just be happy with 11 stone 5, because my body just wants to sit there. I literally, to get lower than 11 stone 5, I have to starve myself. I don't want to do that. Just don't want to. I'm 98% carnivore. 98% carnivore. Like today, I'll have the omelette. It was only a 2-egg omelette with cheese in it, quite a lot of cheese. I had a couple of lamb chops. Then I'll eat tonight. Tonight I think we're having sausages, and they're having cottage pie, but I will eat some of it, but I won't eat any of the potato. I'll just eat the meat. And then I'll probably have a tangerine, maybe 2 tangerines. But that'll be it till tomorrow then. So my eating is very low. I'm not eating much, but my weight still stays around 11.5. I've still got a little bit of a tummy, tiny bit of a tummy, not much. I got a baby tummy, a cute little baby tummy. That's where I am, guys, but I tell you now, energy-wise and how I feel in myself is amazing. Sleeping is perfect. My anxiety is 0. I get no anxiety now. My sleeping is like completely transformed, and I always feel young and great. Always feel young and great. So let me just get past these people. I like to get past people. Let me get past these people. Right, here we go. Right, running a bit. Running. What's that song? Running. And I can run, even though I'm 58 soon. I can run without getting completely out of breath. Yeah, I have too much energy. That is so true. I woke up at 6 a.m. I wake up every day at 6 a.m. I even wake up through the night. So what happens is, I go to bed about 10, half 10, maybe 11. I sleep for about, I reckon I sleep for about 4-ish hours. Then I wake up. I answer my messages. You know, I get loads of messages on YouTube. Loads and loads. I check all the videos that people have sent me, all the information that people have sent me, all the Elvis research type stuff. Bah! I get texts, I get emails. Then I go back to sleep. And then I wake up around 6. That's basically every night. So this, what was I going to say? So this weekend we're going to Bath again. I don't know if you remember, guys, I went to Bath, UK. It's a famous spa city where the Romans conquered. On Sunday I'm there. I'm going to take a train journey with Tino. Yasmin is doing a trampoline competition. So we're going to meet her for that. Then we're going to have dinner at the mum's, the grandmother's. Aurora's mother is called Leslie. She was born and bred in Bath. Aurora was born and bred in Bath as well. My wife is from Bath, UK. So I'm spending the day in Bath. So it basically means that I'll only really do one live stream in the morning, but I will try and do a live stream in Bath just for about half an hour, yeah? Yeah, we're doing the Bath train, yeah. I will try and do a walking live in Bath. Maybe, we'll see. So I've done all the lives I wanted to do today because we did 2 long live streams. Hi, Elizabeth. We did 2 long live streams, didn't we? So we covered the topics. Today I woke up knowing that I wanted to do part 2 of the interview in Bad Nauheim. That, you know, from the YouTube channel Dave's Elvis World, which is a good little YouTube channel, by the way. Please subscribe to him. He's already thanked me for reviewing his video. He did a good job. He managed to secretly record the interview in Bad Nauheim that Priscilla was in. And I don't know if anyone else managed to get it, but it was interesting. I personally think Priscilla has sort of dropped in a few new stories. Am I right, guys? Have any of you watched it? There's a couple of new bits in that interview that I haven't heard before. Now the standout thing, obviously, of the Bad Neuheim, Germany thing, you know, where she hugs the statue. You know, she tries to get into Elvis's house that he rented, but she's not allowed to go in. We reviewed it. Tony, look up David's Elvis World. You've got the whole interview there. But we reviewed it today on the first live stream. We did part 2 today, and part 1, I think, the day before yesterday, I think. But David's World Elvis, or is it David's Elvis World, is a YouTube channel. Interesting, yeah? All right, yeah, the first live. Priscilla is treated like she is the Queen of Graceland. She walks into the room where she's interviewed. Obviously, I think everyone paid $110 each. Yeah, she was late. So Pat, hi Pat. I think she turned up 2.5 hours late. And someone said that the owner of the house is 92 years old. The house that she met Elvis, the house that Elvis rented whilst serving in 1959 for his country. And we know Elvis was proud to serve for his country. So, you know, the shocking thing is, she walks into the room, everyone is cheering loudly, as if she is Elvis, which always is mind-blowing, yeah? Has Rhonda covered it? I know, I don't know did Rhonda cover the interview? I know she covered the statue thing, definitely. I know she covered that Priscilla was visiting Germany. I love Rhonda, her channel's brilliant. You must watch Rhonda, she's amazing. Presley Mania, please subscribe to her. So the interview was actually sent to me by about 4 people. I think Josie was one. Who else sent it me? I think it was Rose Finney. Who else? Elaine might have sent it. Yeah, no, Elaine definitely did send it me. There was quite a few that found it. And actually, the YouTube channel that sent it me, I'd never heard of, so I was pleased, yeah? I always like to give a new YouTube channel a little bit of a boost, so please do subscribe to Dave's Elvis World. All right, she covered the bit, yes, I do remember that, yeah. She discussed that they couldn't get in. I got it all confused. I thought they were talking about 2016, so I sort of confused it all, didn't I? But eventually, I worked it out in the end. So Priscilla walks in the room, and they all cheer and treat her like Elvis. It's like, it's quite, it's pretty heartbreaking. I always imagine that Elvis is watching. Obviously Elvis is in heaven. But when I see these I think these are quite, what's the word? Publicized events. So it was well known that Priscilla was visiting Germany on the 22nd and 23rd, of March 2025, and I always imagine that Elvis is watching and shaking his head. Seriously, guys, I can't help it. And even Lisa Marie. When I see these different things like that, like Priscilla cuddling the soldier, hugging the soldier, and the soldier hugging her back, cuddling her back. The statue, I keep calling him a soldier, the statue of Elvis. I always think Elvis can see this, Lisa can see this. How would they feel? I can't help it. What would Elvis do if he was there? Because I personally think Elvis would be horrified by this reenactment, that the whole purpose of the reenactment is to make the world look at that and go, oh, they're still in love. Seriously, it's almost like time travel. Priscilla's given an opportunity to go back in time and hug Elvis in 1959 in Germany, yeah? And that was it. She must have paid someone to do that. Yeah, Teresa, Elvis and Lisa are watching, both shaking their heads with disgust. Yeah, maybe they will. I really think in some way he sees it. Thanks, Elizabeth. Because I'm like, if I was Elvis, I would be like, is this really happening? Like, is she for real? Do the world really fall for this bullshit? Are the people really that silly? Now, I could even go a step further. I could imagine that she's an ex-girlfriend, and this is happening, like an ex-girlfriend that has betrayed, and then 50 years later, she's cuddling a double, and the world are looking at the cuddle, the soldier, the statue cuddling her and going, "Ah, bless. They look so happy together." Do you know what I mean, guys? It's like, so then she walks in the room and everyone cheers and applauds her like she is Elvis. I'd be like, oh, here we go again. I don't get it. I'll never get it. And no, actually, no, I do get it, because I've already discussed it. It's a numbers game. It's my new thing now. I'm always going to call it a numbers game. So the numbers game is that millions watch it on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok. Sometimes there's news clips covering it in many countries, and they all believe it. Oh, look at that. Priscilla's cuddling Elvis again in 1959. She's back in Germany where she met and fell in love with Elvis. So the numbers game is, oh, look at that, the millions that go along with it and ignore the wrongdoing that she did. So with her numbers game, like I keep saying, she knows that millions will just believe it and go along with it and think that she was the love of Elvis's life and that Elvis was the love of her life. They don't really know that they divorced. They don't really know that they weren't together. They don't really know that Priscilla was unfaithful. They don't really know about the divorce settlements. They just pick out the little bits of information like, oh, they were once married. The relationship went wrong because Elvis was unfaithful. Oh, look at them back together again. No wonder she wants to be buried next to him. We do have to set the record straight, which is why we keep repeating it. Oh, one day she'll be buried next to him, then everything will be okay. They'll be reunited in heaven. This is the bullshit. When people watch her hugging the statue and the statue hugging her back in Germany, in Bad Nauheim. So then she does the show, and there's some video footage of her and Elvis. One of the parts of the video footage was her with Vernon and the baby. Vernon dressed up as Father Christmas. Poor Lisa Marie looks months old. A very beautiful, cute little colour footage that we've all seen 1,000 times. Little baby Lisa Marie, Father Christmas, Vernon, and Elvis. And people see that and go, oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, they must have had such nice Christmases together. They must have been so happy. But the truth is, she was seeing Steve Peck, the dance instructor. Because whether it's before or after, she was seeing him, yeah? So the video footage that we saw, the colour footage of Vernon dressed up as Father Christmas, could have happened either before or after Priscilla was basically having sex with the dance instructor, Steve Peck. So when you look at the Christmas footage now, you see it differently. You see it differently. You go, oh, I wonder if Elvis knew. Yeah, I wonder if Elvis knew. That's what you think. I wonder if Vernon knew. Did Vernon know that she was seeing the dance instructor? Take it one step further. Did Lisa Marie know? Even though she was just a tiny little baby. Who knows, guys? Who knows? But the the little colour video footage tells a lot of lies, because it tells us that everything was fine. Hello. It tells us that everything was fine, that the colour footage paints a beautiful picture of Christmas, and Lisa is happy, and Vernon is happy, and Elvis is happy. But we know that isn't the truth, because the truth is she was shagging. She was either getting to know Steve Peck, the dance instructor, during the dance lessons, or it had already happened. She had already had sex with him, and they had become closer and were starting to fall in love. Remember, it is said that Steve Peck was going to go to the 68 Comeback show, I think the rehearsals, and tell Elvis, but then he bottled out. He got scared, which some say is the reason why she eventually chose Mike Stone, because she felt Mike Stone could stand up to Elvis. So you see the trickery of these old video clips, this old footage that makes us think everything was great. If you look at the colour footage that you can find of Elvis, Priscilla and Lisa. Yeah. If you look at the footage, there's lots of different colour footage showing Elvis and Lisa Marie and Priscilla together. But most people don't look at the backstory. Like I see the colour footage differently now. Same goes for pictures. When I see a picture now or a video clip, I try and work out when it was done, what year, what month. Then I think to myself, the storyline behind the picture, the storyline behind the video footage. And I'm like, we're all brainwashed into believing that it was a perfect romance. Everything was fine. They were happy. But really, there's a dark side to it. What was going on? Some of you may say, well, Elvis was doing stuff. Okay. Yeah, they do. Tony, they do. They look beautiful together. They really suit. They're both young, healthy-looking, good-looking people. So they're always going to look good. I can show you some pictures of me with ex-girlfriends, and we look really happy. And the ex-girlfriends look beautiful, but we weren't happy. The truth behind the pictures of my ex-girlfriend is that there was problems. Like one ex-girlfriend I had a drug problem. Another ex-girlfriend I had was an alcoholic. But the pictures look lovely. And this is what I'm trying to say with Elvis and Lisa and Priscilla. The pictures look lovely. The colour video footage looks lovely. But the story behind the pictures is different. I could say the same thing with the Memphis Mafia, couldn't I? Some of the pictures look really good, like they're having the best time ever. They look really happy and loving life. But behind the scenes, there's arguments about who Elvis likes the best, who Elvis gave the most things to. Pictures lie, don't they, Tony? And so I would say that in Elvis's life, the pictures are very different from the reality, especially when it comes to Priscilla. Now don't forget, Priscilla has always made it clear that once she moved over to Gracelands, remember, she wasn't his proper girlfriend at first. She was living with Vernon and Dee. Elvis wasn't ready to settle down, so he had other girlfriends, which I always admit must have been difficult for Priscilla. But you look at the pictures of that period, 1963, 4, 5, 6. They will look very happy, like everything is perfect, but it wasn't. It wasn't a perfect little fairy tale. It wasn't. People like to think it was. This is why you get so many Priscilla fans that are brainwashed by this perfect, iconic image of Elvis with his thick, glowing black hair and Priscilla with her thick, glowing black hair. And they look so young and healthy and beautiful. Everything looks perfect. They look like they're living a perfect life, when we know they weren't. They weren't happy. Elvis felt forced and pressured into a marriage. Priscilla wasn't ready to have a baby. Do you see my point, guys? We can't be tricked into these pictures and these color videos into thinking everything was okay, because it wasn't. And I think Priscilla, this is her game. There's lots of footage out there, there's lots of videos out there. Do I think he ever really loved her? I'm not sure. He must have been taken by her to allow her to move to Gracelands. So there was definitely something there, yeah? I don't know if it was love. I do think once a woman has had your child, there's a different feeling. I wouldn't call it love, but there is you want to look after them, you want to look out for them, you want to do right by them, you want to do right by the child. So that would have been automatic for Elvis, wouldn't it? To just do the right thing, yeah? Now, did they have a romantic love? It's possible. You know what it's like when you're a bit infatuated, you're sort of, how can I explain it? Because don't forget, many people, they meet up and at first you get all the romance and the butterflies, but then that dies down and then you get to the real relationship, and that's why people split up, because once the excitement dies down, things change. Yeah, you see each other's true colors, which is why things split up. So maybe there's a possibility Elvis was caught up in the excitement of Priscilla, a beautiful girl, obviously nearly 18, and wanted to see where it was going, so he invited her over. Maybe they got on very well when she first came over to holiday at Gracelands, staying with Dee and Vernon, and Elvis went with it. So she eventually properly stays when she's nearer 18 in 63, and Elvis still is going with it. Maybe it was after that. So when Elvis starts seeing Anne Margaret, there we go. When Elvis starts seeing Anne Margaret, maybe he started to see things differently. He realised he could love another, because I do think Elvis did love Anne Margaret. Maybe then he realised he'd been caught in a trap. Do you get it, guys? Elvis starts seeing Anne Margaret, he realises he's caught in a trap. And this could be where things started to get serious with Vernon, with Colonel Tom Parker, with Priscilla's parents, possibly making threats of a lawsuit, of exposing Elvis. And maybe after Anne Margaret, his arm was being twisted to do the right thing and marry Priscilla. This could have gone on for a while, but eventually it's possible he succumbs to pressure and agrees to get engaged in December 1966. We don't know, we're guessing, aren't we, guys? One thing we do know is they weren't happy. One thing we do know is they were not happy. They were not happy. That is a fact. So all these pictures and videos, these lovely colour videos and pictures that are everywhere, all over social media, wherever you look, they paint a fake fairy tale. They're not reality. Okay, guys, I'm going to jump over to the Keto channel. I'm going to quickly get the dogs and jump over to the Keto channel. I'll be 3 minutes. See you in 3 minutes, guys.